BookTube, it's Missy, and today, Today I'm here to share with you guys my May anticipated reads. For April, if you guys remember, I had 6 books on the list that I felt worthy enough to share with you guys. Only 6, which was very sad. But this month, well, this coming month, in May, I have 15. I will try to keep this video short and sweet. So let's get started. Being a amateur, maybe I'll put the pictures here. I'm still looking at you. I'm still in frame. All right, pictures, go here. Okay, the first book on the list is called Alice and the Fly. This is by James Rice. It will be released on the 3rd of May, and this is actually a re-release. It came out in the UK last year, like in January or something, and I really enjoyed last year's cover more than this year's cover. I'll show you both. But this is a mental illness book, and you all know how I like mental illness books, and this is about phobias. And I think at some point it will be a love story, but I don't know how the romance aspect comes into play, but I'm really there for the phobias. All right. The next book on the list is Dream On, which is the sequel to, well, let me just show you over here. This is Dream a Little Dream by Kirsten. It's Kirsten. Kirsten Gear. She also wrote the Gem trilogy, the time travel books, but this is her newest trilogy called the Silver Trilogy. I don't know what this is about dreamlands. It has a very whimsical Alice in Wonderland-y feel cover, and so Dream On will be coming out on the 3rd of May, and I own the first book, so I figured I needed to buy the second book, so I'm excited that they're going to be both out, although I haven't read the first one yet. Story of my life. All right, next book is called Holding Smoke, and it is by Elle Cosimano. Now, I own her Nearly Gone. This is a duology. There's Nearly Gone, and then there's another book that I don't own yet, and I think this is a thriller, I think. And I was really excited to get it on Book Outlet. And this one is going to be another cool book. It sounds really good. It's about a boy who has a near-death experience, and now he can leave his body. So I don't know if it's like astro traveling. Is that what it's called? Astro travel? I think that's what it's called. Anyways, so it's a mystery paranormal thriller, and and the boy is in juvie because he's a bad kid, but he also has a near-death experience, and now he can like leave his body. Super fascinating. I want to read it. The next book is called The Girl I Used to Be, and this is by April Henry. This one also comes out on the 3rd of May, and this is a mystery thriller. So her mom, when she's little, is murdered, and it's pinned on the dad, but the dad has been missing, and then like 12, 13 years later, she finds out that her dad actually died the same night, so the killer is still at large. Now she's tripping because she thinks she's going to be like, you know, targeted and found, and so she doesn't want to leave the house. So that sounds good. I can't wait to read that. Then we have The May Queen Murders. I barely glanced at it. I saw murders, and then I looked and I saw that it was a horror, and so I just put it on the list. This one is from Sarah Jude. It also comes out on the 3rd, and like I said, it's a horror, but it's also a mystery thriller. And there's lots of superstition among the town, and whenever there's superstition and then murders, you know it's going to be good. So I can't wait to read it, and I like the cover. All right, the next book is called The Society. The cover looks very historical fiction-esque, and so I wanted to pick it up. It's by Jodi Andrzejewski. This one, again, comes out on the 3rd of May. And this is a contemporary mental illness book. And it's about, I don't even know how the mental illness comes into play, but it's about a society that, I don't know if it's, I think it's a college, where the girl really wants to get in to it, and she never gets picked, and so she decides to make a whole bunch of fake invitations to all these different people, and then something goes wrong. So yeah, I can't wait for that. Societies and revenge and all that. I'm into it. The next one is called Traitor Angels, and this one is written by Anne Blankman. If you've heard that before, it's because she wrote the Smoke and Mirror, not Smoke and Mirrors. That's wrong. Something Smoke and Fog. I never read it because it was historical fiction on World War II, and I'm not really into reading World War II books, but this one is not a World War II book, and this is about the daughter of John Milton, the poet who wrote Paradise Lost. I read that poem in college. I absolutely loved it. I really want to reread it some point in my life, because we didn't read the whole thing in college. We only read like the first 100 pages, and that's like just barely reaching the surface. Maybe, I don't know, diving with just your toe in the pool of the actual whole poem, but I just loved it so much, and it did put an impact in my life. I then wanted to read everything that there was to read about demons and creation and all that stuff. Like, I was just super fascinated in college. I loved it. But anyways, this book is about the daughter, and her father gets arrested by the government or the church. I can't remember who gets him, and he has written clues in Paradise Lost, and she has to figure out the clues. Super exciting. I have 3 minutes before this battery dies. Next, I have Highly Illogical Behavior. This is written by John Corey Whaley. I know that this is a very popular author. I haven't read anything by him. It comes out on the 10th of May, and this is a mental illness about agoraphobic. I want to read it. There's also The Mark of Cain by Lindsay Barraclough. This one comes out again on the 10th, and this is the sequel to Long Lincoln, which I haven't read yet, and it's a horror, and it's about witches, and I can't wait to read it, and oh my gosh. And then there is Devil and the Bluebird, and this is by Jennifer Mason Black. This one comes out on the 17th, and it's a fantasy book that has a little bit of music in it and demons. So the girl wants to be a famous musician, and she trades her actual voice, kind of like Ariel, to this demon, and so she has to play just by her guitar. Ugh. Is it still rolling? It is. So I changed locations because my battery was dying, and it was giving me like 30 seconds to plug it in. And so yeah, I'll be holding up the camera, if you don't mind, and I will tell you the last couple. So I stopped on The Devil and the Bluebird. So like I said, it is a demon book. So she trades her voice, like Ariel, to this demon, and I don't know if she's going to get a contract or something by just playing the guitar, but the cover is gorgeous. Let me, wow. I'll put the cover somewhere. I don't think you want to see that extra two computer monitors in the background. All right, number 11 is called Places No One Knows, and this is by Brenna Jovanoff. Now, if you haven't read anything by this author before, she writes horror, but very strange horror. Sometimes it's like a murder mystery, sometimes it's just extremely weird. It's always weird. And then this one is going to be a dream walking book. I'm kind of over the dream books, but it's Brenna Jovanoff, so it's probably going to be really good. So we will see. We will see. The cover is pretty. And then we have 12, which is what is it? Breaker. It's Breaker by Kat Ellis. This one comes out on the 24th, and this is a mystery thriller about a serial killer's son and the victim's daughter. Doesn't that sound good? So the father, which is a serial killer, he gets arrested, put in jail. The son ends up moving to a new school, recognizes one of the girls in the back row because she is the daughter of the woman his father murdered. And something's going to happen. She's going to find out, and before she finds out, they're going to like fall in love or something, and then I know something terrible like that's going to happen. But that sounds interesting. All right, the next book is called The Hunt. This is the sequel to The Cage. This is by Megan Shepherd. I absolutely loved The Cage. It's a sci-fi alien book about teens that are taken and put into these biomes that are artificially created and, you know, used as a place to experiment, find out how they react to one another and their environment, and what will make them, like, you know, like set them off to fight against each other. I really, really liked it, and it left off on a cliffhanger. So I can't wait to read the sequel, and that one comes out on the 24th. So yay to that. Two more. The Strangest, is it Strangest? No. It's called The Safest Lie, and this is by Megan Miranda. This one comes out on the 24th of May, and this is a thriller kidnapper rescue. Yes? Kidnapper rescue. Why did I write that? Safest Lie. Is she kidnapped? Oh, okay. So she's kidnapped. I remember now. The main character's mother was kidnapped while she was pregnant with the main character. And so since then, the mom and the daughter has lived in the house and never came out because they're worried that the kidnapper will eventually find out that they are alive and he'll come and try to get them again. And one day the girl goes out, and when she comes back, her mom is missing. And so a boy that is like a firefighter in training or something like that ends up helping her, like, search for her mom. Again, another cool sounding thriller mystery book. And the very last book on my list is called Beware That Girl. And this is by Teresa Toten. Is it Toten? I think it's Toten. This comes out on the 31st of May, and this again is another thriller. It says that it's going to be kind of like We Were Liars and Gone Girl, and I want every YA thriller. So yeah, those were all 15 books that I am interested in reading in May. Let me know down below if you've heard of any of these, if they are also on your must-read list for May. And if none of these books are, tell me down below what you are currently super excited about reading in May. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for, you know, being okay with the location switch. I might be a little bit darker because I don't have my light going on. This is just natural lighting. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon.